Hello everyone. As you're aware, Phonak Soundfield systems have been installed in all diocesan primary classrooms. In circulars sent at the end of 2017 and in March 2018, our Director Lisa Jeffcoat included the following statement. It is my expectation that class teachers use these systems at all times in the interests of their well-being, to assist with voice care in the classroom and to maximise opportunities for student learning. This presentation has been developed to assist in your understanding of the systems and of the benefits. I have divided the presentation into two sections. The first section, I will discuss the reasoning for the systems and the benefits. The second section, I will demonstrate some basic operations. So let's begin. What exactly is a Soundfield system? In your classroom, you will have a speaker, which will probably be mounted on the wall, and you have a transmitter, the Roger touchscreen. This makes up your basic Soundfield. If you have a hearing impaired student in your classroom, you may have some additional devices, but I won't really speak about these. I will have already visited your classroom, or I will visit in the near future. So the Soundfield system itself amplifies the teacher's or the speaker's voice. It improves sound quality with clarity, not just amplification. So it actually makes the voice clearer and crisper. And it enables access to several sound sources for hearing impaired students with a compatible FM. Much research has been conducted on the use of Soundfield systems in classrooms, with all indicating the benefits for teachers and for students. Let's look at this a little more closely. Who benefits? Obviously, hearing impaired students with compatible FM systems, students with auditory processing difficulties, students with attention issues, like students with ADD, ADHD, students on the autistic spectrum, students who have English as a second language, young students learning phonics and phonemic recognition. In fact, this system benefits all teachers or teacher assistants and all students. How do Soundfield systems benefit teachers and students? Let's first have a look at the benefits for children. Research has shown that there has been improved sentence recognition, increased attention, interaction and participation, quicker acquisition of reading, writing and numeracy skills. They have easier deciphering of language in the early years, a better understanding of teacher for students with English as a second language, increased options for seating arrangements for students with attention issues. And for students with a compatible hearing aid and FM system, it will cut out the background noise for that student. What about teachers? Yes, there are benefits for them too. There's reduced vocal strain and fatigue. The teacher does not have to raise their voice or project their voice. It aids in class instruction and management. There are fewer discipline problems through improved voice clarity, therefore easier to manage student behaviour. There's less stress due to these factors. And the class teacher has improved in-class mobility. The teacher is able to speak from anywhere in the classroom. If you are still not convinced, I have listed several sites supporting the benefits of Soundfield systems in classrooms. The last reference in particular is very good and worth reading. I'm now going to demonstrate how you can effectively use your Soundfield system in your classroom. Firstly, it is important to acknowledge that each school or classroom operates differently. For example, there may be one teacher in a single teaching space, or times when two classes combine in a double teaching space. Some classrooms or schools operate a flexible learning environment. Students also have many opportunities to work in groups. There may be times when it is not appropriate to use the Soundfield, although if you have a hearing impaired student, it is imperative that the touchscreen is used at all times. The use of the Soundfield will be dependent on each teaching situation. It's not going to be possible for me to demonstrate each different scenario but I will show you the most common. If you find that I haven't covered your particular teaching situation, please contact me and I will visit your school. By the end of this demonstration, I would hope you should be able to set up your own class network, understand the various control options, link two touchscreens to other devices, disconnect from one network and move to another network, and hopefully be able to do some troubleshooting. At the end of each day, your touchscreen should be connected to your charger and left overnight, ready for you to use at the beginning of the next day. I'm now going to take this off as mine is fully charged. To turn on the Roger touchscreen, you need to turn it to the side and there's the power button. Hold that in for a few seconds and it will turn on and you will see the first screen. At the bottom here is your mute button, which is very important if you don't want students hearing you if you're on lunch or if you're out in the playground and they are around your speaker, they would still hear you. Hearing impaired students, if they are connected to your device, will hear you if you're in the staff room or if you're having a conversation with other teachers. So it's very important that when you don't want students hearing you, that you press your mute button. But then also remember that when you are speaking to the whole class or to your hearing impaired student, to unmute, press the button again. You'll also notice on this front screen that at the top is your battery life. So this currently has 8 hours, 58 minutes. So that would last you all day. And you'll also notice that there are like 3 little people, a white dot with a green arc. That means that it's in lanyard mode and your voice comes out through the speaker. If I was to put this flat on the table, you will notice that that white dot now has 4 little green arcs around it. And that means it's in group mode. And you would only use that one if you had a hearing impaired student in your classroom. I'm now going to show you how to connect your system. Firstly, make sure that it is in network mode. The most important thing to remember with your network in your classroom is that your touchscreen acts like the brain. So everything, any other device connects to your touchscreen. So the first thing I'm going to do is connect my touchscreen to the speaker. I go across to the speaker. I make sure the speaker's turned on and you will notice that there is a blue light. Hold your touchscreen near the blue light and press connect. And you'll see Digimaster 5000 is now connected. You can now hear my voice through the speaker. Many teachers have commented that they feel they already have a big voice and that the speaker actually makes it really loud. There is an option on here for you to control the volume of your speaker, of the output, remembering that your Soundfield system also adds clarity, not just amplification. So I'll show you on here where your volume control is. First screen, scroll across to the second screen and you'll see Soundfield. If you tap on Soundfield, you can see there's a volume control. At the moment, I've got it down low, so I'm going to turn it right up and you can hear my voice is quite loud. Turn it right down and you can hear the difference in that volume. To go back to your original screen, tap on Home and you can see that screen back again. When your screen goes off, to turn it back on, just hit that side button again and you can see your screen. If I scroll across, there are actually 3 screens and you just scroll across like you do on your phone and you will see some other options. The ones that I think you will use mostly will be Soundfield. This is where you find your volume control. And you may use disconnect, and I'll talk about that one in a minute when we connect two devices together. And on the third screen, you may choose to use New Net. New Net will disconnect your whole network so that you can start again. Really good option. So if you're having any difficulties with your system, or if you've gone back to your classroom and you're having difficulties, scroll across to New Net and it will ask you to create a new network. And yes. Press yes. And that means that your whole network is now disconnected and you can start again. We're now going to demonstrate how you can team teach in the one classroom using the one network. So I'm going to be teacher 1 and Sharon will be teacher 2. Sharon and her class are going to come into my classroom and we are going to team teach together. For that to happen, Sharon in her classroom moves to her speaker and she'll scroll across and press disconnect. Now that Sharon has disconnected from her network, she is able to bring her class to join my class and my network. To do that, Sharon comes and stands next to me because remembering I'm teacher 1, so I'm already connected to my speaker. Sharon stands next to me and on my touchscreen I press connect. And it shows a touchscreen mic is now connected. So now you can hear my voice through the speaker.
And you can also hear mine.
So we are able to team teach. Remembering on each touchscreen in the corner it has a 1 for my classroom and a 2 on Sharon's as she has joined my class. Now we've finished our little teaching session and Sharon and her class are going to return to their classroom. I am now, as teacher 1, going to disconnect Sharon from my network. So I turn on my screen, I hold her touch screen near mine, I scroll across to disconnect and I press disconnect. And Sharon's is now disconnected from my network. You can hear me through the speaker.
Hello, hello.
And Sharon is now not part of my network. She is now able to return to her classroom where she will connect to her speaker. If you still find that you're having some difficulties with the equipment or working out how to connect, or if they're not connecting properly, you can go to the user manual, which would have come in the box that your touchscreen was in. It's very easy to read and should solve any issue that you have. Phonak have also created a quick reference guide, and I have created 2 cheat sheets. One for connecting 2 touch screens, like I've just demonstrated. The other one is for if you have a student with a hearing impairment in your classroom and you may have a couple of these additional devices. These can be found on the Curriculum Google site and also the Inclusive Curriculum Google site. So in summary, it is an expectation that every teacher uses the Soundfield system whenever possible, especially during explicit teaching, as it benefits all students and teachers. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions regarding the use of the systems. Thank you.